Well, first and foremost, I'm the mother of, and Tanya Seasway is also on Miss Black Minnesota, USA, and has a passion for working towards making our community a more healthy community, starting with herself, then to her parents, etc. Because right now, we're still into the slave food, which we ate by necessity, but we don't have to today. Although, even once you have it up here, the checkbook doesn't follow. Because even when you want to do the right thing, too often you can't afford to do the right thing. So I go to the wedge, I can get 2 things, but if I take that same money to the Cub, I can get 6 things. And so that's why we're here. And we always support her with whatever she's doing. And then this is the prelude, if you will, to ultimately she wants a truck and then she wants a restaurant.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly.
She's also a spoken word artist. Have you ever seen her perform?
No.
Oh, she the bomb. She was yesterday we started our 10 Days Without Violence for the Twin Cities with a peace march from the cathedral to the Capitol. And she's our peace ambassador for that, and also spoke, introduced speakers, and also did a special piece on why the need for peace.
Very cool.
So,
okay. And is this part of something that's going to be continuing, ongoing?
yes, part of it is she's building her brand, if you will, and simultaneously also fundraising for the young people that she works with, because we firmly believe that even if you're just in the arts, those skills that you learn are transferable, and so that's what we're working on. Although we're all over the country and the world, the emphasis is still North Minneapolis, and we're determined in our own little bitty way to begin to make a difference with our scholars. She also works with she's also an Ella Baker trainer for the Children's Defense Fund and the Freedom Schools. And so all of that is kind of intertwined.
So I'm aware that in the African American community struggles with health. When certain communities catch cold, sometimes
we got pneumonia, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're bleeding out. Absolutely.
Nice.
I'm impressed.
The big flag
Did you know
here.
that?
So,
Yeah.
well, so I see that part of your mission is to do something about that.
Yes. And I know that I'm not going to be around to see the illusion thereof, but that doesn't mean that I'm working any less hard in that direction.
Very cool. So what's your? This seems really new to me, though, like the awareness in the African American community of vegan food and whole foods and things like that. And I was actually just hearing some people posting on Facebook and some things like that about how vegan food or whole foods even are an elitist thing.
Are the what?
An elitist thing. And do you have any comments on that?
Well, not having heard it and not knowing the source, I would assume that they're speaking to the economic piece, because many times elitism is connected to money, more specifically those with money. So from that perspective, I understand, but from an overall perspective, if in fact you've been truly educated, you can figure out a way to make it work. You just have to be creative, and it takes a lot more time and energy. But for whatever it's worth, we're in the Midwest. And so as things are on the East Coast, Atlanta, the West Coast, even from a white perspective, it has a tendency to jump over the Midwest. But especially from a black perspective, Tanya Seasway was just in Atlanta last month, and there's a new business down there, and she pulled in $1 million in 6 months.
Nice.
And it was all vegan. So on the coast and Atlanta, they're getting it. But and it's about educating. It's about, because the flip of that is that, not me, because I never liked them, grew up on chitlins and stuff like that. Well, now the first time I saw chitterlings as a delicacy was at lunch. And so, you're still dealing with a society that then will still take our stuff, flip it, and charge a whole lot of money. We just took it because they threw it out the back door of old Mouse's house. But now they take it and then they pound it off as a delicacy. So, but I also think that if we teach the children, we will maximize on our efforts. The other biggie, especially in North Minneapolis, is we went from one garden to, I think we got about 20 gardens now. And that's the other piece. I don't know if you know Michael Cheney,
Yes.
but he's been working, he has really set the stage and continues the stage. Because I don't know if he was there when you were there, but he actually started the sweet potato pie beat at North High School.
With
Yes,
him.
yes. So we just keep chipping away. The other thing that I keep telling, especially us old folks, is do not taint your child's palate by what you don't know about or you don't like. Just give it to them and see what happens. We did a workshop about 6 months ago, and Tanya Seasway literally didn't say anything to the young people, but she fixed they all together made the milkshakes, and they were begging for more. And we think that if she had told them that it wasn't the usual Mickey D's or Burger King, they'd all, hey, I love it. And so that's the other part of our strategy, and even some of the young people that are coming today, we have specifically told their parents, don't tell them nothing, just bring them, and give it to them and let them eat it, because I've been pleasantly surprised as her mother, but because I have an open mind, I'm always trying new things, and especially when it comes as a result of my child.
Very nice.
Yes.
Do you have any last words that you'd like to share?
No, just from the perspective that, I'm always telling folks, and I think I reiterated it 2 nights ago, that if the real revolution happened tomorrow, and it happened in the black community, we so unhealthy, we wouldn't be able to run, let alone pick up a gun and run, let alone pick up my fallen comrade next to me and still run. And so we got to do something about our health in this community. But you can't save everybody. We just had another fried chicken joint go up in North Minneapolis. Who needs more grease? And that's not to say that I, from time to time, like at a board meeting at Monday, I made the mistake of having some meat, and I suffered for the next 3 days. So every now and then, you relax as you do with any kind of change. So my thing is we got to stay the course, we got to keep on trying, and we got to be creative. Because even now, like sometimes when we access a food shelf, they know now that all of the leftovers and veggies, save them for Jackson because they'll be back. Because our folks still, show me the meat, and they don't think about how bad that is for them.
Cool. Well, it's really clear that you're part of the absolute grassroots of a movement that's coming up. And, it's very cool.
Yes,
this is the beginning of something. So
now, were you all at the Veg Fest last week?
We were not.
We were not? Okay.
We were at some other things going on, and we didn't have an opportunity to make it to that.
Because they showed, one of the vendors showed a 4-minute video. And I tell you, if you have any doubt in terms of the poison that they're giving us, you watch that. There were times when I had to look away. It was so. And then the lady asked me later. She said, "Well, what did you think of it?" I said, "Well, the first thing that came to mind was how your people treated my people 400 years ago, because the things that they were doing with the animals, because we're seen as animals, were things that the white folks did, and they just figured out a more slick way to do it today. But those are the kinds of things that they were doing. So I'm trying to get a copy of that video so that we can share that with our scholars.
Wow. Yeah, that's heavy. That's powerful.
And my itty bitty thoughts.